Hello and welcome to another dramatic reading by me, Androzani84. And today we're going to continue with Power Rangers Sword Dynasty after a long hiatus because I started watching Mask Man again and I thought it was only like 4 of these he's left for me to do before I can finish the whole series, so what the heck? By 4 I mean 4 videos plus a few extras of the chapters that weren't saved by the Wayback Machine. Here we are, Act 31. The Dinosaur Blade Zord. Emperor Geddor shot his eyes open wide. I sent the Dinosaur Blade Zord and the Bull Warrior Zord, he shouted. More Zords? Said Erebus in disbelief. How many more do they have? These are the last ones, or almost the last ones, said the Scepter. There's no way they'd have any more power than they already do. He'd put any more as one more. Heard? Geddor walked to the Scepter. I don't care what you do or how you do it, he said. I want you to make sure that the Rangers do not get their hands on those Zords. Sir, please leave that to me, said the Scepter as he gave Geddor an elegant bow. He is leaving to you, he just commanded you to do it. Meanwhile, the Rangers were already running towards where the Dinosaur Blade Zord should be. Conveniently enough, eventually they made it to a hospital. The Zord is hidden here in the hospital? Charles asked. Yes, said Michael. One of my ancestors was a doctor. He hid the discs that used to summon the Zord here under the hospital. That implied it was a hospital hundreds, if not decades, years, if not decades ago. Oh, why is it a dinosaur? Cornelia asked. Long ago, Mike began. My ancestor was digging for rare minerals that could potentially be used for medicine. I ended up digging up dinosaur bones. These bones were unusual. They radiated powerfully with aura power. I'll let you figure out what's wrong there. And by harnessing that power, my ancestor created the Dinosaur Blade Zord. Wow, it must have been awesome, said Gavan. But wait, said Roberto. How in the world did those dinosaur bones get infused with aura power? I don't know, said Michael. That has been lost to history. And why didn't we use the Zord sooner? Marianne asked. I probably wasn't meant to be sarcastic, but I'm playing as such. Only those with a great amount of aura power can wield this Zord, said Michael, or else it'll be too dangerous. Director Sam Mual Hung says that we are ready to accept it. My ancestor built his very own hospital over the shrine of the Zord sleeps. So he built the hospital over there? How long has this hospital been open? So he must travel underground. Sounds good to me, said Charles. This is going to be awesome. I love dinosaurs. After this, I'm going to be so awesome. Ha ha, you wish, Marianne teased. What do meat eat? Before Charles could finish, Marianne pushed him aside and ran in front of him. Heroin, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I should take the disc to myself, Marianne joked. You're not getting there before me, Charles shouted, running fast to catch up to her. But it was no use. He couldn't catch up. Charles stopped to catch his breath before ran past him. Is Charles that unathletic? You really need to work out more, said the bird as he zoomed by. So, fighting monsters isn't working out in any way? Charles pouted. Come on, Charles, let's go, said Cornelia. Don't let those 4 beat us, you're too cool for that. You're right, said Charles, his strength came back. Let's go. And he grabbed Cornelia's hand and ran until they caught up to their teammates. They were almost there at the hospital when Michael ordered everyone to stop. Hold it, he shouted. Everybody stopped. Redundancy. Don't you just love it? Of it. What's up? Gavin asked. The sky and a bunch of unglers, said Ed Michael, but not necessarily in bad order, but just as they know. Soon, while the young were caught off guard, Rangers quickly stood up behind them and silently took them out. That's it for the guards, said Roberto. But let's be careful. Most likely there's plenty more or underground. Okay. Yeah, I've lost my place now. Everyone nodded in agreement in the 6th century basement. But strangely, not a single was in sight. I don't get it, said Charles. I thought it would be harder than this. I'm sure you'll get your wish granted, said Michael. Calls. Just then, dozens of unglers popped out of hiding to ambush the ranger. Well, said the Scepter as he walked out of hiding. Took you all long enough to get here? What do you want, Deceptor? Michael shouted. I'm just here to take the dinosaur blade Zord for myself, Deceptor answered. This Zord's disc is hidden behind that wall over there. Deceptor pointed towards a wall that had some inscriptions written on them. Is it a wall or a group of walls? Fortunately, only one who can use aura power may blow up that wall, so I plan to use you. Not gonna happen, Michael shouted as he cut through several others. Charles, Cornelia, Gavan, you go over the upper floors of the hospital and clear out the youngers and save the people. Right, the three of them shouted. After cutting through a few more unglers, the three ran up the nearby staircase. Yes, in about a minute, Michael, Roberto, and Marianne finished up all the unglers in the basement. You're next, said Marianne as he pointed her sword towards Deceptor. Deceptor smiled easily. So be it, he said. Three Rangers fought as hard as they could, but Deceptor was too much. Deceptor easily knocked the three of them down to the ground. It's all over, Power Rangers, said Deceptor. He started to walk towards Michael. After this is over, I'll be sure to make this hospital crumble down to the ground. Why, did he get a kick out of torturing people? Wiki bothers. No! Michael shouted. Immediately he jumped up into the air, kicked off Deceptor's shoulder and put his hand together into a gesture. Aura power! He shouted. Aura power flowed out of Michael's body and smashed into the sealed wall. You moron, you've just given him what he wants. Michael quickly grabbed the disc that was inside. Deceptor just laughed as he ran out of the building. Hold it! Michael shouted as the three chased after him. Meanwhile, Charles, Cornelia and Gavan just finished defeating all the younglings and saving all the people. There are people in this hospital? Gavan looked out the window. Hey guys, Gavan shouted. Looks like the rest of our team could use some help. Three of them jumped out the window and joined the other three, thus completing the team. It's over, Deceptor, Michael shouted. Not quite, Deceptor hissed. Suddenly a Stixin came out of nowhere. Sean, you need to give this guy a name. Okay, who wrote this? Fancy leader? Oh, I didn't realise it was somebody else. It reads a lot like Kazuki's usual style. And attack the Rangers. Okay, I agree with the fancy leader. He really needs to give this guy a name. Rangers fought back. It wasn't a very tough battle and the Stixin was soon defeated. Great fight, guys, really great. But of course, he grew into a second giant form. Rangers immediately called upon their Zords. Hey Michael, why don't you give that new Zord a try? Robert suggested. Yeah, why not, said Michael. He spun the disc. As did that huge burst of all power came out of Michael's sword. Meanwhile, Emperor Gedor suddenly screamed in pain. What's wrong, my lord? Erebus asked. Without answering, Gedor quickly dashed out of the main room. What was that all about? Erebus asked. Suddenly, Erebus felt himself stepping on something slimy. He looked down to find green ooze where Gedor was just standing. This is, said Erebus, horrified. I mean, seriously, Master, you really shouldn't do that in public. We have bathrooms for a reason. Back at the fight, Michael used all of his power to defeat the Stixin. Awesome, that's one cool Zord, said Charles. And things are about to get cooler, said Deceptor from the sideline. Suddenly, Lady Ling came bursting into the main Megazord cockpit. Okay, admittedly, a villain invading the Ranger's cockpit is kind of cool. What the? How do you? Before Marianne could finish, Lady Ling smacked her aside. There was something different about her. Lady Ling was glowing with aura power. Wait, how? That Zord belongs to me! It's mine! He shouted. You can use aura power? Charles shouted in his bleat. But how? When? Why? Without answering, Lady Ling charged through all the range and snatched the disc herself. I need this for myself, she said. Lady Ling jumped out of the cockpit and ran off. Deceptor was watching the whole thing, grinned evilly. All according to plan, he said. A little later, Rangers managed to return home. Director Samuel Hung, said Michael. Why is he referring to him by his full name? I deeply apologize. The mission was a failure. There's no need to apologize, said Samuel Hung. I know you are all very exhausted, but you must make haste and obtain the Bull Warrior Zord. Yes, said Michael. I'll begin the preparations right away. Why is it that Lady Ling could use aura power? What connection does he have with the Dinosaur Blade Zord? What become of a Bull Warrior Zord? What is Deceptor scheming? Why did Gedor run away from that burst of aura power? And why are there so many questions in this friggin' last paragraph? The plot thickens. Not really. I doubt any of this will be explained other than maybe Gedor or running away and pooping himself. Okay, we're beginning with Act 32, The Unstable Ancient Zord. There's a picture here, but I've no idea what it was. It's a Mogu so I know what I'm getting for this episode. In my last episode, Scepter is after a power hunt. What? Gedor seemed to be hiding something. Why is this in present tense? It was in the past. Back to Rangers, we're training for overpower X-Siders. Michael and Marianne are seeing in a sparring match. What? And also, I should mention that Marianne was also spelled incorrectly throughout that last chapter, not just Samuel. Well, looks like you've improved, said Michael, who was just countered by a throw. He was too distracted by his lovely features. Wow, he's really laying us on thick. I don't think so. I hope I'm not distracting you, said Marianne. So if she doesn't want to have improved, shall we start again? Sure, said Michael, who sprang out into combat stance again. Try his best not to get distracted by Marianne's beauty. Director Samuel Hung began to do some research on the Bull Horizon and that cavern. What cavern? The Cavern Club where the Beatles played Carl's dad's cavern from The Simpsons? Charles, Roberto, Cornelia and Gavin were also training. I wonder how things will be if Michael and Marianne gets married, said Charles. Why would he be thinking of that? In his mind he was also thinking of Cornelia as well. Wow, he's schizophrenic, it seems. Michael and Marianne had just finished their sessions. Director Samuel Hung said, there's an ancient cavern in the Del Rio forest. Michael, I don't think you've ever heard of this. What cavern? Asked Michael. Yeah, weren't we in Del Rio a couple of episodes ago to retrieve the battleizer? To transport you from here to the ancient site. Like a bull warrior Zord was built. Containing a temple in Mount Alisan, which today is a tourist spot, but in the highest area, not so many people enter. I believe the Scepter will be after it for some reason, said Director Samuel Hung. Translation, I read the script. However, it was unstable. It also killed its original pilot during its test run, the previous Red Dynasty Ranger. What the? Michael said. Is that how my father, the previous lord, died? That's right. Long ago, your ancestor, the other warriors, died, so he unleashed this power. What? It was meant to destroy a powerful monster that was attacking the surface. In the end, he was killed along with it. Your father tried to take control of it, hoping someday it could be used, but died. You were but a year old when it happened. It'll take all of you to get that sword, said Director Samuel Hung. Okay, but hey, why did it go from his ancestor to his father? Is his dad ancient? And was ancient? His dad ancient? To know its location, he'll set to an old martial arts master named Xing Yung. Don't worry, he can understand different languages and speak them. So that's the action that he died in, said Michael. Just they were speaking, the Scepter sounded. They were on their way in their suits. The Scepter, said Michael. We can't let you go in. Wait, when did the Scepter come in? Unglers began to spring left and right. Meteoriter. Perhaps I assume that's a monster was there too. I don't think this is going to be easy, said Roberto. They were left to fight the Unglers. It was all part of a clever scheme. Meteoriter threw an explosion to make the Rangers go boom. Whoa, said Charles. That's way too hard. Explosives. Charles' one weakness. Scepter just entered the cave of a new monster known as Meteoriter. I think that paragraph should have come out earlier. The Rangers were also alerted. They arrived at Mount Alisan in Taiwan. The legendary Bull Warrior Zord is unstable, said Scepter. But with enough power, we'll be able to use it to defeat the Rangers. Scepter, on the other hand, had plans to use it to destroy Gedor. Wait, is he saying on the other hand to his stated goal of defeating Rangers he's going to destroy Gedor? He had imagined Gedor in his royal apparel falling apart. The Scepter laughed. So apparently the Scepter is now the Joker. Okay, the Rangers had entered into the cave and were transported well to Mount Alisan in Taiwan. Whoa, said Marianne. Talk about fast. This is China, isn't it? She fell on top of Michael. She stood up and helped her up. Thanks, said Michael. Don't mention it, said Marianne. Marianne, however, was getting goosebumps after she may not be able to understand my language. That could have been phrased a lot better. I don't care. I still love Michael no matter what. Ah, poor Marianne. She started out so strong, but now she's fallen into Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, they were walking along according to the map instructions. Unknown to them, Deceptor was using a crystal ball to monitor them by a cave. The power of that Bull Warrior Zord will be mine, said Deceptor. At a mountain, they came across an ancient monastery, Buddhist monks chanting. Just they were about to talk, Michael gently sized them. Just then, Xing Yun, be naughty looks like, shut up, spoke in Mandarin. Keya Pang Ni Ma? How may I help you? Wo Shi Li Shan Ming. I am Li Shan Ming, said Michael. Kei Wo De Peng Yo Bu Yao Shou Hawaii. My friends don't know how to speak Chinese. I have no idea if any of the Chinese in this chapter is accurate. Can somebody get back to me on that? The old monk appeared and said, well, that's no problem. I speak English. Only Gavin and Mike could understand him. Apparently his English is not that good. The rest was startled. Man thought it's better for a monk to speak in broken phrases than in a language he couldn't understand. Except on his emergency supply of dark water in case he would dry up. He was now praying to make his move to get the Bull Power Disc, a power long forbidden. Back in the mountains, Michael was speaking English fluently in contrast to Xing Yun. I see, you current head of Li Shan clan, said Xing Yun. That's right, we are here to get the Bull Warrior Zord, said Michael. He was stunned. Who's he? He soon said, don't you realize what danger you're in? But if the Styx gets it, said Michael, it'll be disastrous. As they were talking, Unglers began to appear with Deceptor and Meteoriter. Deceptor, said Marianne. And she was unable to forget the experience that Lady Ling stole the dinosaur blade sword from her. That should be off, not that. Deceptor formed his hurricane screw attack at them. Yeah, but he's definitely the hero to this bit. This has been more to fight. However, Meteoriter got Xing Yun. We have him, said Deceptor. Make one wrong move and he dies. They took him away. Michael got disappointed. Oh, I wanted to kidnap that old man. Drat, said Michael. Calm down, said Roberto. I wasn't exactly angry. It seemed rather reasonable looking, did it? I have a plan. You stay and tend to the others. I'll go and take control of that Zord, said Michael. Mary began to panic. She said, Michael, please. I have to do it, said Michael. At the shrine at Mount Alizan, Scepter began to put Xing Yun into a trance to release the steel. That's it. Now, if this thing is a monk, this may be my ticket to beat Gedor, said Scepter. Well, boss, nobody deserves to rule the underground more than you, said Meteoriter. Just succeeding in unlocking the seal, they entered. Michael alerted the others that the Bull Warrior Zord had awakened. Whopper, said Marianne. Oh no, we've got to hurry. Alright, let's transform, said Roberto. The Sword Dynasty fully assembled. They called upon their Zords and formed the Dynasty Megazord and the Lobster Zord. Ted was inside the unpainting Bull Warrior Zord, now giving orders to the younglings to capture the Zord. Monk returned to his senses. I can't believe you would use me like this, said Xing Yun. He was about to form a flying kick, Deceptor knocked him down. You are no match for me, old man, said Scepter. Now it's time to use this vessel of raw power. Ha ha ha! Giant Unglers began to appear in Count Zero. Others appeared with chains and tied down the Bull Warrior Zord while it was in cart mode. The Dynasty Megazord tried to stop it, but it was useless. The power was too strong. This is useless, said Michael. This Zord is too powerful. Thank you, Michael, for reiterating what the narrator just said. I have a bad feeling about this, said Genta. He too was toppled down. This is it, said Deceptor. Finally, this vessel of power is mine, but I have to learn to control it. Yaha! Deceptor fell down. I told you this sword is not stable enough, said Xing Yun before he was knocked down. On the other hand, Lady Ling is found holding a piece of the Soul Saber blade. That had been meanwhile, not on the other hand. She was now seen entering the cave, unaware that Skull Slash had entered too. At the death vessel, Gedor is still oozing green slime out of his royal robe, which leaves Erebus worried. Ew. Will the Power Rangers unlock the power of this Zord before Deceptor does? Stay tuned. And now we're going into Act 33. Go forth, Bull Warrior Zord. Okay, and the image this time is of Dio, Bobby Morimo. In the last battle, the Bull Warriors was rampaging out of control. Power Ranger Sword Dynasty team was powerless to stop it. Back at the Death Vessel, Geddor's code with one of the young was cleaning up the disgusting slime. So the ancient Zord that killed its pilot appeared. It destroyed the most powerful underground monster at the cost of its pilot, said Geddor. That was many decades ago. Yes it is, said Meteoriter. Scepter told me to get it no matter what, Iris said. And I hope you're not planning to betray the Emperor with that power. No, not at all, said Meteoriter, who on the other hand had plans to help the Scepter take over. Well, it's kind of honest. Lady Ling Abundant Skull Slashers died. She was broken-hearted, and just then the Scepter appeared. The Scepter, Lady Ling, what do you want? You will help me. After all, Geddor has ousted you, hasn't he? I believe you had it hidden within your past system, the identity of the legendary underground monster, said the Scepter. Back at Mount Alizan, Marines will think about the safety of Xingyun as well as the whole city. Well, at least it remembered Xingyun was a thing this time. Props to you, Akizuki. Now Zord goes rampaging again, we'll have no choice. Always but to destroy it, said Michael. Agreed, the whole team said. Since they're planning to find the Zord, the same mysterious girl back in America appeared. Shouldn't that be from back in America? Anyway, referring back to the chapter 28, which you may remember I had to turn into a separate installment since it no longer exists. It's you again, said Michael. Didn't I see you before? I can help you find the Bull Warrior Zord, said Mysterious Girl. Before that, I'll introduce myself as Karen Leong. Let me tell you this, the Zord can be controlled. Really, said Michael, his eyes peeled. Marin shook him out of it, believing he'd gotten a crush on the girl. Meanwhile, Lady Ling was in her human form when she found her boyfriend Skull Slash. Skull Slash, I thought you were dead, said Lady Ling. I'm alive, but barely, said Skull Slash while in his human form. The sword was split. Michael was too strong. The truth is, I made the sword out of cursed metal. Cursed metal? Asked Lady Ling. How? How do you know it? He obviously doesn't know it, and he asked you to explain. The sword was made of metal where two lazy labourers were accidentally incinerated. So they made the sword on the spot where these two labourers has got themselves killed. Oh, that's my understanding at least, that Skull says. And that's the power of this blade, to ensure that lazy labourers get accidentally incinerated. At Mount Alizan, Karen was now going to tell him something. All the power can attract one another. Use your swords to find that sword, said Karen. Trust me. Karen watched in despair. Somehow had a familiar awe of Michael. Why was it? Okay, I'm not going to bother keeping it a spoiler. This girl is the equivalent to Karu from Shinkenja and Lauren from Samurai, and that she is the real Red Ranger, while Michael is the decoy. The other monks are there granting the attraction aura to the other Power Rangers. Meanwhile, Xingyun, who is still inside the Bull Warrior Zord, was doing some chants same Zord. Ami Tofu, Ami Tofu. Xingyun kept chanting. Rangers on the run to find the Bull Warrior Zord. Just the young ones began to appear. We have the Bull Warrior Zord under our control, said Meteoriter. And it's under our control. You literally just said that. We won't let you have it. Rangers began to form some karate by drawing their swords to even the odds. They then transformed and Meteoriter began to fire laser blasts. Michael drew him to fight him. Just then Skull Slash appeared in his human form to counter Michael. Skull Slash, it can't be, said Michael in surprise. You may have defeated me, but I'm back, said Skull Slash. Major Ling appeared and said, the Zeptor told us to stall the Rangers. Go and get that Zord for your master. Why thanks, said Meteorite as he walked away. It was an intense fight. Just then, Mariam was facing with Lady Ling. Males are fighting to Deceptum and the females of Lady Ling. Why do you specify that Mariam was facing with Lady Ling if Cornelia was obviously also there? Gavin was also involved with Lady Ling afterwards. Damn, he's got some mad game to be involved with a monster. Michael will handle this, said Gavin. Chase that monster. The monk Xingyun is now getting tired, in case he forgot about his occupation. The Bull Warrior Zord is still frantic and can't be released yet. Just then the monster said, well, old man, it seems it's time to get it into our hands. As he was about to harm the old man, Michael sprang into action with his sword. Not so fast, said Michael. There was a fight going on. The monk was getting the chance done. He mentioned the previous battle was in my head. With some decades ago, the great desperate battle. The Zord counts a great monster and caused to be sealed, but not for long. As Michael fought meteorites, the power level started to increase. The monk's energies were increasing, causing the Bull Warrior Zord to break free. No, this can't be, said Xing Yun. Wait, why? That was his goal. Why is he so horrified? Is it coming true? Michael placed on the battle lines the rest and fought with all his might. In a desperate moment, he defeated Meteorizer with a fire sword attack. Overpower! Michael shouted, releasing a good amount of aura from his body. Just the rampaging Zorb was about to hit Taipei. Who's Taipei? It walked into a safe location, transformed into its warrior state. On the other hand, Meteorizer falls out and becomes giant-sized. Fools! I will destroy you! If Deceptor can't have the power, nobody will, said Meteorizer. The Bull Warrior Zord is now in its warrior form. Xing Yun was there inside the coffin and said, now it's time to use that power. Now Mariam beats the crap out of Lady Ling, gets the Dinosaur Blade Zord disc back. Something that the live blog that introduced this story forgot to take note of. Drat, said Lady Ling. She and Skullslash retreats after that encounter. Whoa, it's finally unleashed, said Marianne. Michael did it. Cheering for him, aren't you? Said Cornelia. Of course, said Marianne. It was time for a big monster battle. Apparently, I'm reading the comments. Apparently, he did get a Chinese dictionary for the. You know what? Okay. Hey, Michael bent down to put the monk in a safe place. Just when it was time to finish the battle once for all. Bull Warrior Zord was resisting the flame. Time to destroy you, said Meteorize, releasing a flame stream. Time for Gatling gun, said Michael. Bull Warrior Zord was firing Gatling attacks straight at the monster. Should that be a Gatling attack? Time to finish, said Michael. Releasing ultimate firepower. Galaxy laser finish. Okay, but if he's adding an element of Mask Man, why didn't Miss owe a lot more to the debut of Galaxy Robo? Why only take the name of the attack? The Bull Warrior Zord revealed its giant Gatling gun, a turning wheel behind the horns, and fires with dangerous firepower, crushing the evil monster once and for all. No, 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 said Meteorite before it explodes. Xing Yun said, at last the power is in good hands. The angel with him one more time. Now I bid you farewell, Zai Qian. No, Zai Jin, said Michael to Xing Yun, giving a respectful bow. Rangers began to enter the cave again and back to their place. They are back home. Wow, that was one powerful Zord, said Roberto. Good thing Deceptor didn't get it. That was too awesome, said Charles. Who had to finger it? Who would have expected we didn't have to destroy it? Looks like we'll have another combination to think of, said Garrett. Huh, said the others. Now the Bull Warrior Zord in the hands of Power Rangers, will they be able to defeat Gedor? She's been counting on the scene somewhere again. Just who is she anyway? Is she friend or foe? Well, given her current track record, it seems to be a friend, but it could go either way. And now on to Act 34. Marianne's father comes to visit. And there's an image of Emma Roberts, who you may know from American Horror Story, Ollie, Nancy Drew, and Scream 4. And she's also due to play a role in the upcoming Madame Web film, focused on the Spider-Man character of the same name. You may also know her as the daughter of Eric Roberts and the niece of Julia Roberts. I mostly know her because she was in Hotel for Dogs. Yes, I am sad. The Li Shan clan household is having a special visitor. Marianne's father from the countryside. Man just been in more country was knocking at the door. Wait a moment, said Michael. Michael opened the door to welcome him. Good day, sir. How may I help you? Said Michael with a polite bow. Marianne could have wondered who would have dropped by to see her. You don't know it's for her. She doesn't know it's for her. It could be for Charles for all she knows. It was her father. He soon said, well, I'm here to see my daughter, Marianne. Father? Said Marianne in an excited voice. Marianne, said her father. Father, said Michael. He hurriedly made another bow. Shit, I can't let this dude know I've been raping his daughter. It was quite early in the morning and he was just from the countryside. He had just arrived in the countryside. The others saw him also. Charles Cornelia couldn't stop giggling about the situation. He was now sitting at the dining room. He bought some fresh crops from their farm. Marianne, I can't afford how you're doing. Farm work hasn't been easy, you know, said her father. And there's this nice Chinese guy, your boyfriend. Yes, he is, said Marianne. Thanks to a lot of really uncomfortable shit, but... I see. Wait, you must be that writer, Michael Lee Shen, right? Said her father. I'm a fan of your writing. Wait, since when is Michael a published author? I am, said Michael Lee Shen. Why are you referring to him by his full name right now? I can't afford about it. I never thought he'd be dating an Asian guy. Fond of me. I don't care about the prejudice of other white men who think they're better just because they're white, said Marion's father. But I sense this guy is a true courageous guy. And also for somebody's gone to her heart already. In the past we've been in rejecting one suitor after the other because most of the guys her age are jerks. I mean, Michael's been a bit of a jerk too. It just about decided, oh fuck it, let me marry this guy. Why thanks Dad for your approval, said Maya, but I admit though, he was quite a bully to me at first. That's right, said Michael. I don't know why she's fallen for me. Because we awful want you to get together. That's so hard he's making a relationship that makes Anakin and Padme seem natural. Oh. Anyway, I'm happy to accept this. I'm not like some other Americans, said Marianne's father. Thanks for supporting us, Uncle, said Michael. Hey boy, don't you be calling me uncle, or I'll be lynching you. Just then the Gap Centre began to interrupt their visit. Marianne said, sorry father, I have to go. She left the others in a frenzy. Her father just couldn't believe that his daughter is B, the Pink Ranger. This I've got to see, said Marianne's father. And suddenly the speech is in italics. And no, I do not know. Oh, why it's in italics? I hope my daughter didn't lie to me to elope with Michael. You must marry my daughter with my approval first. Anyway, Michael will take care of her. It was them to determine whether or not the Sword Dynasty team really existed, and if his daughter is part of that team. Determined to determine. I'll let you figure out what's wrong there. He was snooping out there. Then a sight of Unglers kidnapping children to a local school was happening. So that might be Unglers were kidnapping children from a local school. The newspapers were flooded with such news. Man, news travels fast. The Rangers ran to a sight. Marianne drew her sword and attacked one Ungler. Marianne, take care of the children, said Michael. We'll beat these guys out. They began to clear the area out. Gavin was pissed off the underground empire should stoop so low. Battle was won, for now. Can't believe the children are being kidnapped like this, said Michael. I sense the ghetto must be up to something again. We must find them quickly, said Lantern Boy, who was held by Garan. However, I plan to censor it. What at should be on one of the children, said Marianne. Wait, when does he have time to do that? That's my girl, said Michael. Thanks, but it's no time for romance, said Marianne. We have to find them. Have any of the other Rangers other than Michael and Marianne had dialogue this chapter? Unknown to them, her father had been acting like a paparazzi. I'm your biggest fan, I'll follow you until you love me. Paparazzi. I'd rather stick inside the death vessel. Albus is now talking with the scepter. What's with all the children? Asked Albus. I intend to make the children peel that whole truck of onions with their bare hands. Force them into working for us, and for their tears and sadness, the dark water will start to flood the pathetic surface world, said the scepter. That seems inefficient. Shouldn't you at least give them an onion peeler to work with? And the Ocean Man said, let it be so. He has some power surges lately. On the other hand, Skull starts wondering when the cursed blade can be fixed. He was getting impatient. Can't you trade it in for a non-cursed blade? That will probably be a bit more useful. Damn that Deceptor! When can he get this fixed? Said Skullslash. Patience, said Lady Ling. It won't take long. At the elementary school where the kidnapping happened, Rangers were discussing their plan. However, Michael and Marianne were holding hands as a real couple. Oh God. I don't know about this, but Marianne, I hope my plan works. I think it will, said Michael, firmly with a twinkle in his eye. So it's true, you are the Pink Ranger. Their father received some explosions. What's in the process of snooping? Father, you shouldn't be snooping around like this. You'll get killed, said Marianne. We'll have to tend your wound. Just go back to the Lee Shan household. Director Samuel Hung appeared. Mr. Sherwood, what she says is right. Your daughter can take care of herself, said Director Samuel Hung. Let's split up, said Michael. Good luck, Marianne. Marianne then found a plate. She signaled the others. While Marianne's father was attempting to sneak again, Fat and Finn managed to hold him. You're going back to be best for treatment, said Finn. Just let her boyfriend take care of that beast boy. At the abandoned warehouse, Akamaru was making the children peel loads of onions to trigger tears. If they didn't, he whipped them. Jesus, can you make this guy even more detestable? We need more children, said Akamaru, for the dark particles to rise. And he was too strong-willed, but he was able to break free. On the other hand, Marion found the location and called Michael. Understand, said Michael. Well, Michael speak pretty one day? He was trying to put romance aside during the battle. On the other hand, one of the children tried to escape, and Young was planning to get him back to peel more onions. Marion couldn't bear the smell of a truck he of onions. Onions smell good, but too much of them will definitely smell terrible. How does that logic work? The father was able to break loose and drove his modest family car there. Father, stay away, said Marianne. He arrived freaking fast. Marianne showed how much she has improved even without his suit. Marianne is now a heen. The others arrived just as Deceptor emerged. Curses, but no matter, you'll die here. Maybe Michael's rage will help fuel the dark particles, said Deceptor. He tried to fire a blast, but Michael arrived to counter him on time. The others countered the youngers. Marianne entered into the warehouse and her father's bear. She said, Father, I'm not a little girl anymore. I know, said Marianne's father. Now I see with my very eyes that what I'm hearing is no myth. Daughter, do what you need to know now. But you must flee to safety first, Marianne. She's amazed evil Deceptor. She's still unmorphed, continue to use her sword beat the others. Die, said Deceptor. When you do, Michael's tears will trigger his plan automatically. What? Pink Dynasty Ranger, said Marianne, joining her Chinese character of simply that's before Sky and transformed into a Pink Ranger. So they do have a morph core now. That's my girl, said Marianne's father. Marianne was now in a Pink Ranger suit fighting Deceptor. After a few classes, Deceptor was enraged. Use this, said Michael. Use a battleizer. Shouldn't it specify he threw the battleizer at her? Don't hesitate. Use it now. Ow. Okay. Pink Dynasty Ranger. Battleizer mode. Oh, said Marianne. Marianne was now in her battleizer, filled with new energy from the battleizer. Redundancy. I love redundancy. Take this, Crescent Screw Hurricane, said Deceptor, creating another tornado. When Marianne, using her new powers, creates a counter wind to defeat him. Deceptor was badly hurt. Well, I'm the first to counter his terrible attacks, said Marianne shocked. She thought that she was able to counter the Crescent Screw Hurricane. Damn it, said Deceptor. Now launch another Kirigami together with Chompers and Unglers in giant form. Wait, it wasn't called the Kirigami last time. Marianne, use the Dynasty Megazord, said Michael. Yes, sir, said Marianne. Man, Miss Brilliant is even more abusive than I thought if she's calling him sir. Michael called for a Bull Warrior Zord and Marianne the Dynasty Megazord. Dynasty Megazord rode on the Bull Warrior Zord in its vehicle mode, greeting some of the younglers about Deceptor's scent. The Lobster Zord is in warrior mode now. The Bull Warrior Zord converts into its robot mode to finish the job. Now let's finish him, said Michael. And Bull Warrior Zord fired its final bullet barrage. Dynasty Megazord with his Dynasty Slash and the Lobster Zord with its double slash. After a batch at the train station with Marianne. I'll leave you to talk to your parents, said Michael. Oh, no, Michael, it's important you meet her mother too, said Marianne's father. An elderly woman with brown hair appeared. She nearly looks like Marianne. Then she's not got brown hair, since the picture of Emma Roberts definitely isn't brown. Do you have a Red Ranger? I thought that what you were writing was just myths, said Marianne. They were real. May I have your autograph before we leave for the countryside? Sure, said Michael. Promise you don't tell anybody where I am, okay? Okay, said Marianne's. Oh yeah, if you do decide to marry, let us know, said Marianne's father. If we can have time, we'll all go to Hawaii soon. Why Hawaii? Mike and Marianne are holding hands with their parents, bored of betraying back to the countryside. Okay, what was the point of her mother's showing up other than to 8% diversion? Also, how old is Marianne if her mother is elderly? Or does the author just consider over 40 elderly like damn near everyone else? Anyway, it's time for Act 35, the ultimate combination of 11 Zords. Note, I'm trying to be kind of original with this. I might massively edit this entry later if anybody can suggest anything better. Oh, I'm sure a lot of people can suggest something better, Akizuki. A lot of people could. At the Li Shan household, director Samuel Hung is figuring out Gavan's simulation. Gavan is busy filling out orders lately for his catering. Marianne, well, she's going to focus on homecoming. The thing is, the simulation may be the biggest ambition yet. It's a director Samuel Hung. 11 pieces can combine. As for the dinosaur blade Zord, it may come later because it doesn't have room for the combination right now. An Ultra Zord? Asked Michael. That's right, me 11 become one, it may stand a chance against the greatest of underground beasts, but get all makes sense, said Director Samuel. Going to arrive, but Disney said, well, it will require plenty of power after all. Not to mention it may be very risky, said Roberto, but I know if all of us together can defeat the greatest of foes. Oh wow, Roberto got dialogue in this chapter, it's already an improvement over the last one. Charles, Cornelia and Marianne watched the simulation in amazement. Marianne was trying not to get distracted with Michael in sight. Vast was seen cleaning the house. Fat and Finn seen polishing the swords. Master Michael can't be disappointed, said Finn. Even if he's not high and mighty, but we have to do our jobs best. Meanwhile, the evil Decepticon police the dreaded Bloody Emperor to use it to destroy the Sword Dynasty team as well as the Emperor. Soon enough, I'll have that power to unleash full fury and take over the world myself. Deceptive to himself, that dead ritual. The bloody Emperor must resurrect at my command. He was at some mysterious cavern underground, which probably should have been established 2 paragraphs ago. On the other hand, the activity had begun to disturb even the Sarah's world. Flashes of lightning occurred at the death vessel. Gedor was beginning to have another oozing session. Oh my, something's wrong, said Erebus. Could it be that he has a secret that even I, his advisor, hasn't known? Gedor was transported to a secret chamber and is starting to have some power surges to set towards unlocking a monster of the service world. On the other hand, the great and deadly monster appeared before the scepter. Okay, I've lost my place. It had 2 chopping hands. Ready to get all surprised with the tomb's guardian. Even if it's not the bloody Emperor, this will do, said the Zeptil, snickering. He sent the new monster known as Death Chomper into the city to devour what it can to lure the power out and face its awesome power. They arrive into the scenario. This is what's been causing me disturbance, said Michael. Care, this one is loaded with power. What the? Said Roberto. He's chomping on almost everything. Be careful, said Michael. His monster too strong, he can chomp through anything. Thank you for reiterating what Roberto just said. As they're about to transform, the monster attempt to hit on Michael. I didn't know he was into that sort of thing. Roberto jumped him away and got his Dynasty phone, eating him in the process. What the? I lost my phone, said Roberto. No. That's 1 down, 5 to go, said Deb Chomper, but it's bitter. What the? We'll have to do what we can, said Michael, who had the others to transform. Roberto, back off as of right now, you can't fight, said Michael. We'll help you get the phone back. Roberto backed off and the others are doing what they can to fight the monster. Michael severely wounded the monster. Damn it, said Death Chomper. Time for me to escape. My phone, said Roberto. No! Meanwhile, the Zeptor had appeared for Skullslash kneeling. Just be patient, the sword will soon be repaired, but cursed metal is hard to deal with, said the Zeptor. What's the plan? Asked Skullslash. The thing is, well, I can't get the bloody Emperor to revive. I got the Guardian, said the Zeptor. Right now, he's chomping on what he can chew, but he'll chomp on more than he can chew. You 2 are essential plan to come off prematurely. Why does it have to come off prematurely? What's that? Said Lady Ling. We must kill the monster to bring his second life of the cell phone inside. That way we have 1 down, said the Scepter. Berto's figuring out a way to recover the phone. They had to think of a monster hating the phone to be bitter. The monster mentioned the phone is bitter, said Roberto. I think some aura connection may make him spit out. Maybe, said Michael. We have our numbers done to him. I think it might work. Monster began chomping its way through the city again. It is now part of Deceptor's plan to overfeed the monster and empower him to destroy the Power Rangers. Berto, on the other hand, was told to stand aside for a while. The other 5 saved Berto riding their power suits, didn't he? So you've come back for more, said Death Chomper. Nonetheless, you will die. So I began to execute Roberto's plan of Buffon. Began to dial through Roberto's number, causing a monster extreme pain. Whoa, said Death Chomper. I can't take any more. Just as the bike was about to cut off the arm of Death Chomper, Skullslash and Lady Ling appeared. We can't allow that, said Skullslash. And your end is near, said Lady Ling. Berto couldn't stand to watch at the corners. He came and fought with raw power. I know you can get it on time, said Roberto. And lower monster with more food and just then monster eventually spat out the phone after Michael did some attacks in battleizer mode. He's done it, said Michael. Now it's time to complete our team. Thanks, Michael, said Roberto. Let's take care of things. Roberto transformed and Michael finally called for a roll call. Unknown to them, monster had eaten just enough. Now it's time to execute the plan, said Skullslash. Doesn't matter if they're incomplete or not, this monster will destroy them. What? Skullslash and Lady Ling drew their swords to mortally wound the monster. Death Chomper grew giant size, revealing his shield arm. What, said Michael. It was time to call the Zord. They formed a great Dynasty warrior Megazord in order to try and defeat the monster. But it was no use, the shield was impenetrable. We have no choice, said Roberto. I think it's time to do the 11 Zord combination. But it's not yet tested, said Garen. We have no choice, said Michael. Let's use the Ultra Zord now. Okay. Yes, said Roberto. Now it's time to put it to the test. They called upon the other Zord and it began to combine, creating the Dynasty Ultra Zord. It began to counter monster its drill attacks and claw attacks. Whoa, said Michael. Power is something. Now let's finish the monster once and for all. All Rangers began to write the inputs of their Zord. It was now the ultimate test. Will they succeed? Just then the Dynasty Ultra Zord fired a deadly laser beam, obliterating Death Chomper. We did it, said Michael. Just then the Rangers at home celebrating a victory. The vassals are there too. Where else would they be? Young master, we never thought you'd be back, said Fat. Anyway, thank you for your concern, said Michael. And young master, well I guess we should thank you for your continued kindness, said Finn. You two did bog all during this whole chapter. Gavin was now begging for food with Marianne helping him. Marianne, on the other hand, was begging some of her newly improved Chinese cooking, which she wasn't so accustomed to at first. They were seated together while the others were eating Gavin's newly established sushi. Said Michael, I can't believe your cooking isn't the same anymore. What do you mean, said Marianne. You increased by 1 star, said Michael. I mean, last time he was just doing well, but now it seems you're going to be a chef. I don't intend to, said Marianne. I'm only focused to have my family, with you of course. But as soon as the power's over, I can't feed you bad food, can I, dear? I tried to make that sound sarcastic, but it probably isn't. Maybe Han get old man to stabilise himself and return back to the death ship. Albus is getting worried about the green ooze that's been dripping. Could it be? Nah, said Albus. For serious villain just really said nah. Anyway, my final thoughts, these 5 chapters are pretty much your standard slot for this. Join us next time where I'll be doing chapters 38 at 6 and 38 to 39, with 37 and 40 getting a separate video in which I summarise them.